Ins4neGam3rs Ways to Die, coming at you with another black and white Wi-Fi battle, and in this one we are fighting the Ins4neGam3rs. So, yeah, let's get into the battle. So I'm gonna lead off with my Drapion. He's gonna lead off with a Sand Slash, and I'm going to go ahead and use Taunt because I figured Sand Slash, Stealth Rocks. He's probably gonna try to set up Stealth Rocks, but he doesn't. So I'm gonna switch now because I thought he'd either go for another Earthquake or try to get Stealth Rocks up or something like that. But actually, he just goes for Rapid Spin. So yeah, whatever. And I just go for Hidden Power Grass because I wanted to hit the Sand Slash, and there was no use in like over predicting early in the game, which might have cost me a Pokemon early on. So he's gonna go for a Lava Plume now as I switch into my Claydol, who takes that pretty much. It does nothing, basically. And so I'm just going to set up Stealth Rocks on his switch to his Mandibuzz, and then I'm going to switch into my Drapion as he goes for a Brave Bird and just kills me off. So that was kind of unfortunate, losing Drapion so early in the game. And I'm going to switch in my Moltres. And he's going to switch in his Flareon, and I go for Air Slash, and unfortunately I miss. And that miss kind of mattered, because judging from how much that Air Slash did, I might have been able to KO him with the second one, because I definitely would have gotten the second one off. I mean, with lefties recover, I don't know, it would have been close. So he does get the wish off, which is unfortunate, and this part of the battle is kind of stally. So he's just going to go for a Protect, and I'm just Air Slashing, and he's like wish stalling, so excuse me. So it's not very productive. I was just hoping for a crit at this point, but no, I don't get one for a while at least, or maybe I get one soon. Somewhere along the lines here, right here, I get a crit here, which almost takes him out. So not quite, but almost. So I know he has to Protect here, because if he doesn't, he's definitely going to die. So I go into my Slacking, which wasn't the best play considering he has Protect. So yeah, so I just switch in Slacking. He Protects while I make an obvious EQ play. And I believe he's going to, I predict him to switch into his Mandibuzz, and, well, he does switch, but not into Mandibuzz. He switches back into his Sand Slash to try to get Stealth Rocks up before Moltres comes back in, but he predicted me to overpredict, I'm assuming. So that was kind of confusing. So I predicted him to predict me to predict him to switch into Flareon. So I just went for an overheat. Basically, he overpredicted. So yeah. So he's gonna go into his Alakazam then, which goes for Psychic, and I switch into Claydol to take that, and I just went for an Earth Power, and he switched back into his Mandibuzz. So because my Claydol doesn't have any attacking moves that even can hurt Mandibuzz other than Rapid Spin, so I have to switch. And right here, I should have just gone straight for the overheat, because Lava Plume really wouldn't have done anything to any of my Pokemon, so that was a bit of a failure on my part, which kind of costs me a lot in this battle, because judging by how much the Air Slash does, I'm thinking Overheat probably would have been able to KO it, excuse me, from that range. So yeah, it was a bad play on my part, but it happens. So he's just going to be able to Roost Toxic Stall me, so I can't stay in. And I go into my Quagsire here, because, I'm like, well, I can probably Toxic Stall him. So I go for Toxic, and, Yeah, so this is kind of where I start to make some bad plays. So I switch into Moltres here, predicting him to, I don't know, predicting him to, I guess, Toxic again, but he doesn't. He goes for Brave Bird. But I live the Toxic, and so I'm not sure why, but I thought it would be a good idea to try to keep Moltres alive as long as possible. So I predicted to switch to Flareon here and went back out into my Slacking. I don't know, again, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I don't know. So he just goes for a Protect on my attacking turn, like I thought he would. And so he just switches out, and I go into my Tangela for some reason. Again, I don't know why I did that at all. I don't know why I thought Tangela could even take a Lava Plume from Flareon. But he's just going to go for the Lava Plume, and I switch in Quagsire because I realized how retarded I was being, thinking Tangela could take a Lava Plume. And he's going to switch because he can't really touch me, and go out into his Yanmega here. I just go for a Toxic because I figured he'd switch. Whew, okay. So, because I figured he'd switch into something, so, yeah. And, so he goes for Giga Drain, and me not expecting him to have the Giga Drain at all, he just one-shots me easily, and that, at this point in the battle, I knew that I had lost. Pretty much. I kind of figured it was over at that point. So I am going to be able to kill off that, what's it called, the Yanmega. There we go. So he goes for a Shadow Ball as I switch into my Claydol because I predicted his Psychic, I think, but he just goes for Shadow Ball. And I know, well, I thought it was, I had a theory that it was Sash, but I thought it was Choiced. But when it switched to Energy Ball, I knew it was definitely Sashed. So I just have to fodder Claydol, and I had to break its Sash, and I just go for Retaliate now. And I bring Slacking back in to Retaliate, and I thankfully kill it off. And he's just going to bring in his Hitmonlee, and being forced to switch, because otherwise I'm going to die, I go into my Tangela, who doesn't take a Blaze Kick to its face very well. And then he goes for Jump Kick, and Tangela doesn't take that very well either. So, I go for Giga Drain. I was praying for a miss at this point, but unfortunately for me, fortunately for him, he doesn't miss. So I just have to go back out into my Slacking now. He's going to Mach Punch because he knows he can't outspeed me, so he just wants to get a little bit extra damage on me before he dies. And I just go for the Retaliate now and kill him off. And in comes his Mandibuzz, who always seems to save him in the end. So, the first person to kill this Mandibuzz, I will, praise you, because this thing is godly defensively. I don't think I've ever seen a Pokemon take anything as well as this thing can take anything. So, yeah, that's an Adamant Slacking's Ice Punch. He told me his set for this thing afterwards, and it's not even running max defense, and it took that with over half. So, I was, raging because this thing was, so freaking godly. Honestly, if you can take this thing down, you are like a god in attack. Deoxys attack form. So he just is basically, it's over. I can't do more than half to him. All he has to do is Brave Bird me, and now Toxic will do the rest. So that's a great game, Ins4neGamers. Seriously though, that Mandibuzz is way too bulky. So that's a great game. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Comment, rate, sub, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.